partner for this training. And for my technical competencies, like I am just working in Hybris for last 5.5 years basically. Before that, I was working on the ATG commerce side of it, and before that, I was just working on the Java J2E side. So for me, it's a pretty technical journey so far. So what I would like to know from you is like if you can, means one of you can go ahead at a time and just give a quick background of yourself, cause I believe that some of our guys are from the non-Java background and some of them are from the Java background itself. So what we can do is like we can just have a quick review on that, and then we will start in that manner that which way we can go, and it would be, I believe that it would be more on a techno-functional concept discussion that we will be having in our journey itself. So just before just starting like 60 hours of journey for the next 1.5 1 month basically like that. So I just want to have a quick discussions on you guys so that if you can go ahead, any one of you, it's absolutely fine. So Kundan, you can start.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Deepak. Myself, Kundan, and I started my career as a Java J2 consultant and work on Java J2 part for approx 1 year. And later on, I got an opportunity to move on into SAP CRM, and I took that opportunity and worked on the SAP CRM B2B and B2C applications, that is business to business and business to consumer scenarios, and a couple of implementation projects. And in SAP CRM, I also used to work on the pricing part, that is the IPC, Internet Pricing and Configurator, and variant configuration. Apart from that, recently I have worked on one of the Hybris projects called Oculus Dividend. On that, I worked as a Java J2E programmer. That's all about me.
That's good. Okay. So who else is there on the call? Manish.
This is Manish. I have worked on the JSE and J2EE application. I have more than 2+ experience in JEE application, and in last 1.5 years, just I'm working on the SAP UI framework like UI5 and Cyclo Agentry. And just recently, just I'm exploring in the Hybris platform, and just looking forward for further for more experience on Hybris.
Okay, that's nice. So I can see Amit is from Aurelius. So Amit, you there? I'm just asking about the. Yeah, Amit, go ahead.
Hi. Hey, I think there are two Amits, so I will just go first. This is Amit Tiwari. Hey, I'm Microsoft technologist. I have 16+ years of industry experience, and I am glad to be part of this training and try to understand like what Hybris is offering.
Okay, that's nice, Amit.
And Deepak, if I can quickly jump in, so Amit is going to be the leader from our side for this training. So any issues, anything, so you have to contact him. And I know in next week or so he will be traveling to India. He will be off a couple of days, but then he's going to join when he's in India.
Okay, no problem. Absolutely fine. So yeah, who else is there?
Hello, this is Zulfi.
Hi, Zulfi.
Yeah, hi. Pretty much, I'm the UI UX team for the Hybris. So my job role is like creating the user experience between the e-commerce platform and taking care of the UIs of the Hybris e-commerce between how to make responsive and creating user experience for the users. So my background is more like HTML5 responsive, CSS, SAS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Zulfi, do you have any background on the Java part of it itself?
No, I don't have any background, but I know a little bit of programming, but I don't have any core development
That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So we are having a part of the Hybris UI, that how Hybris handles the UI and all those things. I will tell you, but that is their plan in the part of the commerce training itself. It's fine. So we will be going further for the core training itself, and it would be more on a Java XML side, and which will be a little bit new to you, I believe. So whenever you feel that you are not able to reciprocate with that stuff, just let me know. We'll just go in detail to it. Okay?
Sure. No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I can see Venkat over there on the call. So Venkat, can you just please go ahead?
Hey, this is Uday. Actually, you can call me as Uday.
Okay.
I'm into SAP from past 16 years. And before SAP, I was into Java and EJB, Enterprise Java Beans and all that. I also have experience with IBM e-commerce platform and all that.
Okay, that's nice.
In SAP, mostly onto techno-functional, into ABAP and other functional areas, but I'm good at my Java skills.
Okay, that's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I can see Sanjeev has unmuted. So Sanjeev, can you just go ahead?
Hi, I'm Sanjeev. I'm basically a techno-functional guy in CRM, pretty new to Hybris. Don't have much experience in Java, but I know the basics.
Okay, that's absolutely okay. So, yeah, I can see Sandeep over there on the call. So Sandeep, can you please go ahead? Puneet?
So Sandeep, you have to first unmute yourself.
Yeah, Sandeep, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I'm from the SAP mobile and the web side of the world. I have almost 10 years of experience in SAP and mostly works around Web Pro UI 5 and the web side of the world of SAP. So I have a bit of experience in Java, but that's to the start of my career, which is around 1 year, 1.5 year experience. So not too much into core Java, but I think this will be a good time. The expectation is to kind of get to know about the Hybris platform, what it has to offer, the customization and extension points. So yeah, I'm looking forward around that.
Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. So Puneet?
Yeah, hi. I have around 9 years of experience of SAP, and I worked on Enterprise Portal, WebDynpo Java, WebDynpo Web Things, and also on the UI part. And I have also exposure to CSS, HTML5, HTMLX, and JavaScript also.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Nitin?
I'm CRM technical consultant, having around 7 years of experience. So I initially started my career with Java J2EE training. It's been a long.
Hi. Actually, I am experienced in Java J2 in the earlier of my career, and in SAP I have 3+ years experience, in which I worked on a cloud. Recently, I am working on a Hybris project on a B2B implementation, and except that I have some SAP UI5 and UI knowledge.
Okay, that's nice. So Divyajyoti, I have something to ask you over there, as you have you are working on a Hybris project. So which all the strong part you are having in Hybris, and just the same question that I had for Khaja also.
Okay, so right now in this project that I have been involved in this, I have worked on that web service areas, core areas like type systems, all those things, how to configure that in HNC and something like that, because this is my first project in Hybris. So this sort of experience that I have, but I don't have that much experience in depth for part of Hybris and configuration area as well.
That's fine. Means but we are familiar with the systems. That's it.
Yes,
right?
yes. In the overall way, if you want to change me that front end systems, and in Java code you want to write me in JSP, what are the controller part and all those things. I have the overall knowledge on that, but in depth it needs some time for that.
No problem. That's absolutely fine. We are absolutely good with that. So yeah, cause why I just asked this to you is like I found that means in our demo call itself, which I had with Alex, Sunil, and all, you also there on the call, and you had some questions on the website, which I believe. So I can remember that. So we will take all of them in account, and then in the further process, we will just try to answer all the questions that we are having. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yes. Okay. So I can see that one profile is the AKP. So Amit, I had a discussion with Amit. So AKP, who is that?
Okay, so who is AKP, guys?
I think so. Amit is just recently joined us. Is Amit Kumar actually?
Amit Kumar from Aurelius, or it is from KPIT?
That's I'm not sure, because recently Amit Kumar joined the Hybris UI team. So he must be, maybe he's just joined it for the training.
Okay, so I will figure out that. So before you start, Deepak, I just want to thank everybody. It's pretty late, and you are spending personal time to train yourself, and especially for the East Coast guys, it's pretty late. So, the basic thing is for the personal development as well as taking the company to the new frontier where Hybris is a pretty hot topic. So we are investing in that. So I will hope that it's a matter of 6 weeks. It's a little bit inconvenience, but it's good for you. It's good for the company, and try to utilize as much as you can. And if for some reason you cannot attend, send me an email. I have the only two excuses. One is emergency situation, another is the client requirement. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Good luck, and Deepak, thank you. And I'm going to dial it whenever I can, but not on a regular basis. Any issues, anything, reach out to Amit Tiwari, and if he is going to contact me. So that's how the things are happening in the HANA training. And with that, good luck, and I'm going to sign off. Thank you all.
Okay, thanks, Sunil. Thanks for joining. So we'll start now our proceedings itself from now onwards.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Deepak. Good morning.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm Amit from Aurelius.
Okay, Amit. Okay, so you have just logged in with two profiles, I believe. No problem.
One is from the technical team. They have hosted through my name as well.
Oh, okay. No problem, Amit. It's absolutely fine. So, have I missed anyone?
No, I think everybody is here now.
Okay.
So there are few folks who have not joined in, so we will make sure that they must have tired of, but we'll make sure that they join tomorrow. So with that, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much, Deepak, and thank you everybody. I will not take much more time. I will touch base with Deepak on the time basis. But otherwise, you are in the safe and pretty knowledgeable faculty. I take every advantage with his knowledge and try to enrich yourself with Hybris, which is a pretty hot topic, and it is going to be really, we are seeing the most, what in the market, how the demand is there. So it's a good thing for a company as well as for you. With that, I'm signing off. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sunil.
Okay. So I think, Ping, I can see you. You have joined a little bit late. So can you just quickly give your overview? Means like we are having an introduction amongst ourselves. So can you just please go ahead? So I can see your profile, Ping NG. Can you just please unmute yourself and tell us about a brief about yourself? Okay. So no problem. We will start the discussions, the topics now onwards. So I got two of the guys who are pretty much comfortable with Hybris or worked with Hybris itself. So that's really nice to have some people like that in the call. And what I'm having some of the people who are from Java background and a mix of a non-Java background as well. So whenever we will be going for the going forward itself, I will be going through a techno-functional manner itself. So the technical part will obviously there as it is a technical training itself, and at the same time there will be the functional part also. I am just going to cover on that. So it would be my honest request that whenever you are not able to just relate that what is happening or the topics itself, like some might be the some of the Java things that you might not understand or something, do let me know on a prior basis so that we can just take park it over there, make it clear, and go further. Okay. So as of now, whatever I'm just going to do, as of today, whatever we are just going to do is like we will be having an overview on the Hybris itself, like what Hybris is offering us, what Hybris is all about, the architecture part of it, and then some of the warm-up kind of a stuff, and then we will see that all the development environment setup that we can do it in Hybris, means how to set up the Hybris systems in our own local systems itself. And for that I would be communicating with you for the wiki accounts and all those things. So that those things we will discuss after we are just done with the warm up. So just as of now, what we are just going to do is we are just going to see that what Hybris is offering us. So if you are just familiar with the Hybris systems, at least you have seen in Google or wherever, you might have seen this diagram itself. This diagram in the middle, what is there? We call it as the Hybris multi-channel suite. So when I say that Hybris multi-channel suite, that comes with the two things. One is the Hybris multi, and then it's multi-channel, and then it's the suite itself, the whole thing. So you can see that we are having our like 5 areas of it. So we are having like 5 areas that where we can go, means it is distributed over 5 areas starting from platform, content, commerce, orders, and channeling, right? So on a means detailed basis, what we will start with the content part of it first, and then we will end up to the platform. So likely for any other e-commerce platform, Hybris is having the content part completely separate, and the content part of Hybris basically comprise of the product itself. We have the product related informations, we have the product medias, and whatever related to the product that we are having in Hybris, that we deal with the content part of Hybris itself. And we call it as the product content management PCM basics, and we have a detailed discussion on the PCM in our core discussions itself. So there is a part of it where we will be discussing about this, but the content basically deals with only the product part of Hybris itself. So they have just made the whole thing as a separate, and this is what we are just talking about, the green block itself over here. Okay. Then we have the commerce. So what is commerce for us? The Hybris, basically what we are just going to develop with the Hybris is basically the B2B or B2C or some of the other channels basically. So like we are just going to develop a website out of it. So in the commerce part itself, whatever we are having all the modules, all the preloaded features we can say, or all the preloaded code base also. Even if Hybris used to give us the complete functional code base for the B2B and B2C channels. Okay. So that is actually the part of the commerce itself for us. Okay. So we used to get that as part of the commerce, and we have several functionalities that is already been implemented, and whenever we will be pretty familiar with the Hybris, we call them as the accelerator module. So the accelerator part also is a part of the commerce. So just why accelerator? Let me just quickly tell you this part. In the commerce module, the middle block itself, the highlighted one, we are having the full functional code base for the implementations. So whenever we are having the full functional code base for the implementations, what happens? Our development time is really very faster. in compared to the other e-commerce itself. So, cause we will be having functionality implemented and the functionality code base is also there. Typically, a Java J2E code base and all that is already there as part of it. So, what happens in that case is like it's very easy for us to modify the stuff and get it done. Okay, and that's where the commerce thing comes into picture with the functionality and the code base, and that's why we entitle it as the accelerator module. Okay, then we have the order area. So order area, typically the order part is for the order fulfillment scenario that we are having in Hybris. So we can use the existing ERP system of an enterprise, or otherwise we can use the order fulfillment or the order management scenario that is provided by Hybris itself. Okay, and that's where the order management comes into picture for us. Okay, so there is a complete functional order management part of it itself, and as I believe that all of you is having the wiki access, I will tell you if you want to go for the order management system, like the Hybris order management system. If you want to know after the core and commerce, there is an area. I will just guide you, and you can go there and see how it is implemented, the whole thing. Anyway, we will be having a discussion as part of the commerce on this order management itself. So there is a dedicated session for that. We will see. So this is typically the order management. So we have discussed about the content, which deals with the product or the PCM part of it. Then we have the commerce, which is dealing with the commerce functionality and the whole functional code base of commerce itself. And then we have the orders, which is basically the order fulfillment scenarios and all those things, like the order management scenario and the order fulfillment part of it itself. And that's a dedicated part of the Hybris suite itself. And then we have the channel. So we have discussed about the multi-channel feature, right? So when I say multi-channel, that means the Hybris can be enabled over, or Hybris can be enabled, distributed over multiple channels. It can be a desktop, it can be the mobile version of the site, it can be a tablet version of the website. Everywhere the user should experience the same stuff that they are just going for a standard web version of the exercise. That's the basic idea of having the multi-channel experience itself, right? So Hybris also provide that. In the channel part, Hybris provide a bit more as well. So in the channel part, whatever is there, Hybris used to provide some of the dedicated UI. We can say that the dedicated UI fronts or dedicated areas where the user can log into the system, and once the user logs into the system, some dedicated specified user basically, they can just play around with the system, like the system administrative tasks and all. Whether if it is not an administrative task also, they can do some of the dedicated tasks that can enhance the business, and that comes as part of the channel. There is a complete back office application is there, or let me put it in this way, that there is a complete call center application is there. There is some dedicated area that where we are having let's say some of the administrative tasks can be done. So those are some of the things that actually comes up as part of the channel. So the four part, whatever content, commerce, orders, and channel, whatever we have discussed, they are basically the features that is provided as part of the typical Hybris system. And we can see that all of them are basically a part of the, or all of them are basically supported by the platform module. So what is this platform module is all about? So the platform module is nothing but this is the core part or the core functionality that is provided by the product Hybris. The platform doesn't deal with any part of the commerce or anything. Platform deals with the features that Hybris offers us as part of the system. When we install Hybris in our system, we will be having some of the typical things that we are only going to use with Hybris, like the data input systems, like some of the other features and all. They are the part of the platform altogether, okay? So this is what it is all about. This is what the platform is all about. And the core part of our training is basically will be based on our platform experiences. So whatever we are just going to have on the platform, whatever we are just going to experience on the platform itself, the features of Hybris and all, the product Hybris features are basically discussed at the platform level, which is primarily our discussion topic on the core part of it itself. And in the commerce part, we will be having the application of the platform features that also we are going to see. So we had a plan, and we have a plan to see how a POC can be created or how a POC can be built up into the system. In that, we will be using the features of the platform, and we will be developing the commerce modules. That's the basic idea that we are having on this Hybris multi-channel suite, and the whole 5 blocks, whatever we can see it over here, they are basically representing the Hybris multi-channel suite. We can download all of them separately from Hybris Wiki if required. So if you have a question that can we just simply download the platform and implement my functionality on top of platform all by myself, yes, you can do it. But most of the cases, in the generalized cases, what we do, we used to download this multi-channel suite, which is likely the latest version is of 1.61 GB bundle. So what we used to do, we used to download that bundle and we used to go for it. Okay. So what this is what the plan is all about. This is what Hybris is actually offering us. And let me just tell you, in this point of time is like we can or we will be going through for the core practices itself. We will be going through for Hybris version 5.4 itself. Okay, so we'll be going with Hybris version 5.4 because we need a supportive application where we can just enhance the functionality, the platform functionality we can use. And as part of the wiki distribution itself, it is available on Hybris 5.4. So you might be having a question that we are on last 6th October, Hybris 5.7 has released. So you might ask me that why we are not going with 5.7 itself. As I told you that the supportive application which we need for the core practice is a 5.4. That's why we will go with 5.4 itself. The commerce part, if you want, we can go with 5.7. Absolutely no problem. So we will come slowly to those parts itself as means when we go for the development environment setup. But as of now, this is what Hybris is offering us on an overview basis. And now we will jump on to the architectural document of Hybris, or the Hybris architecture itself. So after this architectural discussion, I would like to have questions if you have anything on this part of it itself. And for the guys of the non-Java background or maybe the UI background, you'll see and all. So if you have any specific questions on this part, you should be just raise your hand and ask me the questions after this architectural overview. Okay, so we are just going for the architectural overview right now. So this is what the diagram, whatever we are seeing, is basically representing the Hybris architecture, the Hybris system architecture that we are having in our system, or we are just going to implement in any standard Hybris project. So what we are just going to do now is just we will remove Hybris from our discussion and we take it as a basic web application. So why I am telling this, see, if we take it as a basic web application, we have a front end, we have a database. With the front end, we will be writing our own APIs. Then we will be using some of the application server, whatever that is, and then at the end of the day, we are registering the data to the database or retrieving the data from the database. That's a basic web application overview, right? So in that, we will try to fit in the Hybris features, and we will see which all are the typical Hybris features that we are having as part of a web application. So starting with a web application, we will end up with Hybris. Okay. So in the front end part, in the architecture, we can see there are two areas. One is the client area, one is the back office area. So in the client area, we are having 3 blocks. So in the 3 blocks, the first block is of web, second is analysis, and third is touch points. So let us just quickly see that what all are there. So in the web block, we can see our normal thing, that is the Spring MVC is there. So this is basically nothing but the website or the web application that we are going to provide it to our client. Okay, so in the web block itself, Spring MVC, that means we are just going to provide a feature, or let me just put it in this way: we are just going to provide a application to our client, which is typically will be hosted on their server. Okay, and the accelerator flex, what is that accelerator? Already we have just discussed about the accelerator itself, likely the Hybris accelerators itself, which we are using to implement any of the Hybris projects. Okay, so that's what the accelerator is all about. So we have the Spring MVC, we have the accelerator itself, and Flex is like if we want to use any of the other front-end technologies, like if we want to use the Adobe ECM and all, so like Adobe CQ5 and all, the question is, can we do that?